Chris, if you want to kick us off.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go ahead and jump into the agenda, and then move on. While we're advancing the slides, I'll go ahead and start the introductions. I'm Chris Hale. I'm an actuary here at TIAA. Been working since 2006, so close to 17 years. I'm currently a senior director where I lead our actuarial modeling team, and I'm also the head of our actuarial development program. So our early talent programs for the rotational full-time positions, as well as the internship program, I'm responsible for making sure those run well. Benny, you want to introduce yourself next?
Yeah, sure. Hi all, my name is Benny Dikungwenayo. I'm an actuarial associate here at TIAA. I'm part of the ADP, our ADP program, Actuarial Development Program that Chris mentioned. And I've been with TIAA for 4 years, since January 2019. And the Actuarial Development Program is the rotational programs, and I'm on my third rotation currently.
Excellent. Alex, do you want to introduce yourself as well?
Yes, I'm Alexandria Wallace, but I do go by Alex. I am manager of strategic partnerships, and I have had the pleasure of being a part of TIAA for 2 whole months so far, and it has been an amazing experience so far.
Hello, and thank you for considering a career with TIAA. As you learn more about us, you'll discover that we're very proud of our company's special mission and long history of helping those who serve others achieve financial well-being for themselves. TIAA has grown and succeeded for more than 100 years because we've stayed true to our mission and because we live a set of values that are far more than words on paper. Our values define who we are, and they drive every action we take. Our clients and their needs come first, always. We put ethics and integrity above all else. We are one team, and we are committed to inclusion, diversity, and equity in all that we do, because it helps us attract the very best talent and deliver the strongest outcomes for our clients. TIAA is a place where you can bring your best and most authentic self to work. At the very heart of our company's founding in 1918 was the groundbreaking idea of financial inclusion for all. We continue to lead in this space because it's who we are at our core. You may hear people across the organization proudly refer to themselves as difference makers. We come to work each day to make a difference for the people and institutions who year after year put their trust in us. We're here for them every step of the way on their financial journeys. And we have a commitment to our associates, the difference makers, which we call our People Pledge. We commit to caring for their total well-being, providing flexibility and belonging for all. We commit to giving them opportunities for meaningful work and making it easy for them to deliver it. And we commit to inspiring them to win together for our clients. So if you're a difference maker, I invite you to explore all TIAA has to offer and consider joining us in our special mission.
Yeah, so Deshonda is a very tough act to follow, always. Fantastic speaker. So I want to talk a little bit about who we are in terms of, our objectives as a company. I think the left-hand side is helping those who help others find confidence in retirement is our mission. We use the word mission a lot at TIAA. Because we are a mission-driven organization. We're the #1 not-for-profit retirement market provider in assets and participant accounts. I think an important point for actuaries is that while we're a retirement company, our actuaries are life and annuity actuaries. So all of our ADP members are either studying a life and annuity track or are studying, the quantitative finance track. So I know a lot of you, maybe don't feel a pension, type track is a good future, but our actuaries are very competitive and have transferable skills to other life insurers. We've got over $1 trillion of assets under management. We paid over $500 billion in benefits to our participants since 1918, and yes, that means we're over 100 years old now as a company. You've got 1,200 registered representatives and over 15,000 associates, and 15,000 institutional clients, and 5 million, participants in our system. I think a lot of us, what really resonates with us about working for TIAA is the mission focus. The idea that we're trying to, as Deshanda said, like focus on people who maybe without us would not have a comfortable retirement. I don't know, Benny, you want to say anything about how the mission connects with you before we move on?
Yeah, sure. I would say that our mission really resonates with me as well, and resonated with me when I was choosing a place to start my career after college. I like the fact that TIAA does not have shareholders like a stock company. Our clients are our shareholders, and all the decisions made at TIAA are made with the clients in mind, and we see that every day in our day-to-day work, and it makes TIAA a great place to be and to work.
Yeah, and so our core values, I always think of putting the client first as the very first core value, and kind of above, not above the others, but something that drives a lot of our daily business decisions, especially for actuaries. As Benny said, one of the cool things about working at TIAA is we don't, a lot at a publicly traded company, you have to worry about the stockholders, you have to worry about the customers, you have these different stakeholders, and we're really focused on delivering lifetime income security to our participants, a happy retirement, a comfortable retirement, a retirement without concern. The company value our people. It's really a great place to work in terms of the camaraderie. I think we have a leadership team that shows, I've been through a great financial crisis. I've been through COVID at TIAA, and I can say, across a number of different management teams, we have an executive management team that really cares about outcomes, and I think direct managers do as well. Acting with integrity, acting with taking personal accountability. I think the core actuarial values and things we see across the company as well. And delivering with excellence, especially for those clients, ultimately is core. And we only get there if we're pulling in the diverse backgrounds and abilities of people who are working at TIAA. I'm going to hand it off to Benny to talk a little bit about how actuarial is structured, and then cover some highlights of our rotational programs.
Yeah, and before I do that, I just wanted to say something on the values as well. On our value, our people value. I think that TIAA really shows that they value their employees. I always feel like I can bring my whole self at work. And I just want to brag about the fact that there is only 2 Black female CEOs currently of a Fortune 500 company, and we have one of them, Tashanda Brown Duckett. So it makes us really proud to work here. So I just wanted to add that. I'll move on to the actuarial development program here. So I'll start with the actuarial department. We have actuaries all across the company, and I would say they're mostly grouped in two areas. There's the corporate actuarial, which is where me and Chris are, and there's also the product actuarial holding the other bulk. Corporate actuarial has about 75, and product has about 10. Of the 75 in corporate actuarial, there are credentialed actuaries and 18 students, and students are those still taking exams are as part of the actuarial development program. And we have those uh, program managers, defined benefit specialists, and an admin assistant. Similarly, in the product actuarial, we have business managers, business analysts, actuaries, 2 ADP members, and an admin assistant there as well. And I'd like to mention that we also have actuaries in non-traditional roles, in financial risk management, enterprise risk management, the business finance office, the general account office, and so on. So there is definitely opportunities to work outside of the traditional actuarial roles. And that's something that TIAA has been focused on getting actuaries outside so we can influence the decision making at TIAA.
And we should say our actuarial department, Benny and I are both located in Charlotte. I think Alex is in Charlotte as well. But our actuaries are in both Charlotte and New York. And all our positions are have no preference between the locations.
Right. Yeah. And so the actuarial development program, which is the program that I'm currently on, is a rotational program. So as a student on that program, you get to have at least 3 rotations before graduating. And we have rotations among all the areas I previously mentioned. And you get full SOA exam support through all the exams. The program will pay for study material, if you use coach and actuaries or anything else, and all the manuals necessary will be covered. And there's also paid time off. I want to call it study time instead of the regular paid time off that you still get as well, geared towards studying for the exams. There's also mentoring and leadership opportunities. I'd say that for mentoring, as a new ADP member, you are assigned a more seasoned senior ADP member to mentor you, show you around. And this comes in handy, especially for those people who are moving, relocating for their position. Since we're only based in New York and Charlotte, you get a chance to get some sort of help if you need to get used to the new area. Promotion for leadership opportunities, I would say I am a part of the ADP committee right now, and that's a leadership opportunity that I've gotten, and there is multiple other roles that you can get as part of the ADP. We get to work on meaningful work. Currently, I work on the dividend setting team, so it's important work. I feel like it directly impacts our clients, and that gives me opportunity to present to senior management every now and then. And I feel like it's valuable leadership opportunities afforded to us. Promotional opportunities, we get to be promoted as whenever we get our ASAs. You become an associate, as a senior associate, as actuary associate, sorry, senior actuary associate. And when you get your FSA, you get to be an actuary. And depending on, that's not it. You can, you get promoted even after that. But those are the main 2 ones if we just focus on exams. Yeah, and like I said, for actuaries, we're mainly based in New York and Charlotte.
And one thing I would brag about our ADP members that I think is shows their remarkable abilities, and also our level of support that we provide is our pass rates are well above on exams, are well above industry average. Last year we were at 67% pass rate. Actual, pass rates for the exams overall are, 20% lower than that, or 10-20% lower than that. So I mean, I think our ADP members have been knocking it out of the park, and we've been, we really try to support them.
Yes, thank you, Chris. And those are all the rotational areas, during the ADP program. I've personally been part of the actuarial modeling team, reporting to Chris. That was my first rotation when I joined. My second rotation was in the valuation area, or the valuation area. I was in charge of the reserves, and I was worked on preparing the summary of reserves. And currently, I am on the dividend setting team. Of course, there is those other areas and also non-traditional areas such as the model risk management.
And Vinny, I won't ask you who your favorite manager was, because I obviously have a vested interest in that. But I do want to ask, did you feel like in each of those rotations you made important contributions to, to TIAA?
Yeah, sure. As part of the modeling rotation, I worked on MSTAR V5. We were getting MSTAR started and moving from one platform to another. And I got first hand to have a product assigned to me so I could get it into our MSTAR model. And MSTAR is MG Alpha, for those of you who are familiar with that. And so the model is still there. I feel like I built something that's still in the model, and I'm proud of that. And I would also add, currently, like I said earlier, I feel like my work, it really impacts the clients directly. We set the rates every month, and like we've mentioned before, we don't have like shareholders like a regular public companies, but our clients are our shareholders. We get to turn back our profits back to them as dividends, and it's always it gives that sense of accomplishment when we get to turn back dividends at the beginning of the year, and knowing that we are increasing people's paychecks. Yes.
Speaking of paychecks, we did want to include some information about the full-time benefits, right? So as you heard from Benny and Chris, the work that is being done as actuaries is making a huge impact to our clients, but TIAA also makes it a point to pour into their employees and value their employees. So as you can see on the screen, we have extensive medical, vision, and dental coverage, health savings accounts, flexible savings accounts, life and disability insurance, and great wellness incentive programs where you can compete with your peers and your colleagues to earn points towards your healthcare, as well as retirement, right? That's our business, but also being able to provide that for our employees is a huge opportunity that TIAA provides its employees. So we have top tier employee plans that are based on your age, as far as the percentage of your salary that's inputted in, as well as matching program for our 401k. So if you put in 3%, you get up to 3% of your annual salary matched. Work-life balance. We do get paid holidays off, as well as generous time off programs. If you're a parent expecting, you get up to 16 weeks of paid time off to spend time with your family. And then if you're going back to school, we have tuition reimbursement up to $8,000 per year. And of course, we get a plethora of corporate discounts on computers, travel, and other things. And like I said, I've only been here 2 months, but I can guarantee you that these benefits are top of the line in comparison to some of our peers and our competitors. But I do also want to note too, I know IABA also has international students. TIAA will not sponsor visas for any of the positions that we kind of talked about for our actuarial program. I did just want to put that out there. And with that being said, let's see, do we have any questions that we could answer for you all? Don't be shy.
Hello. I have a question, please.
Mhm.
My name is Doris, and I wanted to know I want to know the condition to be part of the actuarial development program in your company.
Sure. So, our actuarial development program, we're looking for, people who, it's a full-time position. So we're looking for, people who have specialized in an area of mathematics or computer science or some other area that's technical. We prefer people who have, 2 or more actuarial exams that they've already passed. But that's not a requirement. We hire people with 1 or potentially even with no actuarial exams if they have strong backgrounds in other ways. We're looking for folks who have a passion to solve, technical actuarial type problems, and also have a lot of leadership potential.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So it's telling me, what is the chance for someone who does not have, who just start to try to have the professional exam, but already have like kind of one internship, but what is the chance for that person to be part of the program?
I mean, so I think currently our postings, we have we have an internship, we have internship opportunities open, and we have some postings that are at the ASA level, the Society of Actuaries. So we don't have a sort of full-time entry level position currently open, but I think if someone who has a background that demonstrates, technical knowledge and, again, mathematics, computer science, economics, those sorts of fields, has some leadership experience. So, volunteering in clubs at a university, volunteering in, organizations, general organizations, is very appealing to us. And the exams are something that also is appealing, but isn't necessary if those other areas are strong. So I'd say there's, for the right candidate, there's a really good chance. And definitely when we do have, full-time positions at that sort of entry level ADP, I definitely encourage you to apply.
Okay, thank you. So that means that for the internship, for someone who already graduated, it's not possible to apply for the internship, or do you need necessary to be like a student, a current student, in order to apply for the internships?
I think I know the answer, but I'm gonna hand it off to one of our HR partners if someone is sure. So the question is, do you have to be a student to apply for
Yeah, a current student, yeah.
for an internship?
Juwan,
Yes, for the internships, you do have to be a student to be eligible to apply for the program.
Okay, thank you.
And I would say, I'd also encourage you to reach out to me on LinkedIn. You can just search Chris Hale, HALE, TIA, and it'll pop up, and connect with me. I put all of our, as opportunities open up, and they do open up pretty frequently during the year because we have a large rotational program. I post all of those to LinkedIn. You know, if you're interested in something, you can also, I encourage people to message me and just, if we've met before, remind me like what organization, you know, you're engaged with, those sorts of things.
Okay, thank you. I will do it.
Definitely be sure to check out our available jobs at career.tiaa.org. We will have a booth on Tuesday, and we hope to see you all. Come by and stop and talk to us, learn a little bit more about us, and have some conversations. And yeah. And if you happen to go to the site today and you see something that you feel confident about applying for, when you apply, there will be a question that asks, how did you hear about us? Be sure to select through a nonprofit partner, and you'll be able to select from a drop-down IABA. And with that said, thank you all so much for your time. It was great chatting with you all, and we hope to see you on Tuesday at our booth.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Alex.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Chris.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Benny.
Thank you. Bye.